Hello students, welcome back to the online classes. So today I am going to explain chapter number 3 in your general science for class 8. The name of the chapter is synthetic fibers and plastics. As you know, synthetic fibers and plastic we use in our daily life and how these things are important and necessary for us in our daily life, I will explain you in this chapter. So here we read that here we will come to know about how synthetic fiber is made and how many kinds of synthetic fibers are there around us, and how plastic is made and how many kinds of plastics we use in our everyday life. So here if we start the explanation of the chapter, so here it is written that generally we wear different kinds of clothes, and in these clothes generally we wear two different fiber having clothes. First is the synthetic fiber and second one is the natural fiber. So far as the synthetic fibers are concerned, synthetic fibers are synthesized from the polymers. And what polymers are? Polymers are actually these are small blocks of synthetic material, organic synthetic material, and from these small blocks they are made, and these small blocks are known as polymers. So I will show you the diagram of polymers, how polymer chain is made. So look at the page number, this is the page number 36, and here the polymers are being explained along with the diagram. So these polymers, they make a long chain, and from this chain the synthetic fibers are made. So how can you guess a few names of the synthetic fibers that we use in our everyday life? Of course you can. So at page number 32 the table is given. Here you see the table in which serial number, name of the article and type of fiber is given. Okay, natural and artificial. So you have to write the name of the articles that we use in our everyday life, whether they are made up of synthetic fiber or made of natural fiber. You have to write in the description given box. So you see here the polymer chains. Okay. So when they have to synthesize an artificial cloth or maybe an artificial maybe some sheets, so they have to make this chain first, and after making this sheet, this kind of chain, the sheets of different materials or maybe the clothes are being made. They are woven by this technique. So here when we see how many kinds of synthetic fibers are which we use in daily life, there are so many n number of series of synthetic fiber we will analyze, but here the important few synthetic material that we use in our everyday life, they are rayon, nylon. Here on the board you see rayon, nylon, acrylic, and spandex and polyester. So these are few synthetic fibers that we use in our everyday life. When we talk about the natural fibers, so natural fibers are those fibers which are obtained from the plant material or vegetables or the animals. So these are known as the natural fibers. They are the material which around us are the material which is around us is cotton, silk, wool and jute. Okay. Now if we talk about the characters of synthetic and natural material, it is also written along with the given description of the synthetic and natural fiber. So when we analyze the qualities of synthetic and natural fibers, mainly I have given you hardly 5 qualities. So 5 qualities are enough for you. So these are, if we talk about the synthetic fiber, so they dry up very quickly, they are durable, they are less expensive, readily available and easy to maintain. And if we talk about natural fibers, so they are skin friendly, nature friendly, comfortable but expensive and less durable. So these are the characteristics of synthetic as well as natural fibers. And what are the uses of these synthetic fiber and natural fiber? They both are used for making clothes and different kind of objects and articles. especially when we talk about the synthetic fibers. So synthetic fibers, you look at the page number 33. Here the types of synthetic fibers are given. First of all, rayon. Rayon is used for making different fabrics, and maybe the carpets. And nylon. Nylon is very useful. Nylon, uh, it was searched out at two different places at the same time. So in New York and London it was. So that is why the name of to this fiber is given nylon. Nylon is very strong. It is hardly, it is very extremely strong material that is used in different kinds of things, such as bags, curtains, socks, ropes, tents, toothbrushes, cars, seat belts, sleeping bags, and even the ropes. They are used for mountain climbing. Mountaineers, they also use the material of nylon, and in parachute also. So you can understand and you can assume how durable the material is, that is called nylon. And some acrylic materials are also made of nylon. You have seen the strength. If you want to see the strength of the nylon, you can do this activity, that activity which is given at page number 34, 3.1. That is very useful activity to understand the strength of nylon fiber. And here the observation table is written, in which some different kind of fibers are written, and we have to analyze their strength, how much weight we have to, how much pressure we have to put to break these things. This is written here. Polyester and acrylic, these are it is also a kind of synthetic fiber. Characteristics of synthetic fibers, which I have already described you. And our plastic is the second important material that we use in our everyday life. As I have told you that plastic is made up of polymers. What polymers are? So this is the polymers like synthetic fibers. All plastics do not have the same type of arrangement of units. In some it is linear, where in some it is cross-linked. When we talk about the plastic polymers, they are not similar in all the fibers. Okay, but plastic is made up of, the main material from which plastic is obtained is, that is petroleum. It is a subproduct of petroleum. So polythene is the example of plastic that is used in our everyday life. And how polythene is useful, everybody knows. PVC pipes and PVC is toys. Everybody is aware of these things. As we wear sleepers, it is also made up of PVC. So plastic is very useful. And if we want to write the definition of plastic, so I will just utter it once, and it is also written on your board. You see, a synthetic material made from a wide range of organic polymers such as polythene, PVC, nylon, etc. And when we talk about the kinds of plastics, so plastic is of two kinds mainly, that is thermoplastic and thermosetting plastics. So I will explain you the thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics. So thermoplastics, first of all, we will explain, we will understand such plastics which get deformed easily on heating and can be bent easily. For example, polythene and PVC, used for manufacturing of toys, combs and containers. So the plastic items that we use in our everyday life, and which are cheaper, just like polythene that we use for keeping and holding our different things in it, and PVC, as I told you, the PVC pipes, or maybe the sleepers, or maybe the toys or other utensils, they are made up of containers, they are made up of thermoplastic, which can be bent easily after by heating. Okay, so these are known as the thermoplastic. They get affected by heat. And when we talk about thermosetting plastic is that plastic which cannot be bent after by getting heat. Okay, when heating treatment is given to that plastic, it cannot be bent in other shape. So such kind of plastic is known as thermosetting plastic. So some examples of thermosetting plastic is bakelite and melamine. So bakelite is generally used for making electric switches, handles of cookwares, and where melamine is used as a versatile substance for making fire proof material, for making fireproof dress clothings, and to cover the firemen, those who go for the rescue operations, they wear melamine suits. So I have explained maximum part of that. And if you, as you know that Teflon, as we know that the non-stick cookwares, they also covered, they are also coated with thermosetting plastics. So characteristics of plastics, once I will just read out. Non-reactive with chemicals, as we have seen that when we keep the pickle or maybe some sour material in containers, in metallic containers, they get affected by the chemical activities, and the taste of the material that we keep, edible things, it changes. But when we keep such kind of things in a plastic jar, so they do not react with chemicals, and the edible item, it remains as we want, as better as we want. Non-reactive with chemicals, light, strong and durable, and cheaper than the metal compounds, and poor conductor of electricity and heat. Non-biodegradable, it is a negative aspect of plastic item, that they are non-biodegradable. Easily available, everywhere they are available, and easy to maintain. Okay, so these qualities I have shown you, characteristics I have shown you. So maximum part of your chapter 3rd I have covered. Hope you understood the main and important part of your lessons. So if you have any query, any doubt, you can comment down me in comment box. Thank you and have a nice day.